All right, Wednesday the 21st. I am not at home while we're doing some skiing and some sledding and stuff. So I just have a laptop and a portable screen. I'll try to make this work. I'm sorry if hopefully the audio is okay. Anyway, we'll make this quick. There are going to be two parts to this video. First is a recap of trades that were submitted yesterday evening. A second part is pretty much only for those of you who own a license of BWT Precision Autotrader. If you don't, I suggest you still watch it and consider purchasing it. There are all kinds of deals now. You can even pay monthly, from what I understand. There was a monthly lease. In any case, I just want to show you an idea that I had from one of the emails that I have received. Anyway, let's start with trade recaps first. We'll do oil first. So oil was a buy at 76.55, and that one, unless you were awake early, triggered during London open, a bit after the open there, before 5 a.m. Eastern, just broke through and never looked back. Moved like $2 above the trigger, so 2,000 per contract, but just never gave you another opportunity to get in. Let's do the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq was a buy at 11,267, 11,267. Now, I was watching this actually live, and upon the first time it triggered, the high I think was 72.50. So it is 5 points away from 67. But if you had slippage getting in or something, there is a chance that you will not fill on your target, which is, I always say, $100 per contract, which is 5 points, 20 ticks. So you probably got stopped out because then they just took it down. I don't expect anyone to have a stop below the swing low, obviously. So let's say you got stopped out, 15, 20 points, whatever your stop would be. Upon the second try, they just shut right up and got to an interesting price. And that's when, back on Monday, 2 days ago, I sent you these precision completion prices for the NASDAQ, and you see this 11,376. 11,376. What is the high? 11,377. So these completion prices have nothing at all to do with this trigger price, this beta testing of trade alerts. It is a completely separate thing. There is a way to make them work together. I demonstrated it a number of times, and that is if you triggered on the long side. Now, for the vast majority of you, you are done after 5 points. You get your 5 points, you get your $100, you're done, shut the machine, go do something else. Those of you who have larger accounts, you don't have to worry about trailing drawdown, very important. If you're worried about it, if you're still in a situation with a prop firm where you have a trailing drawdown, you cannot be up $1,000 and then go back to break even. It would eat into your max trailing drawdown. However, very often what happens is when you trigger on the long side, you look to see where the next price completion is. And in this case, it's 376. You would always fade. I did not trade this. If I did trade this, I would be out probably around 361, 362, somewhere there. I never wait for the final price because most of the time, so this time they got you pretty much the exact price with the high of 377. Very often they would stop a bit below, a bit above, and then kind of start consolidating around that area. So I'm curious if any of you, even on Sim, if any of you tried this idea of getting triggered and then hitting some of the position. That's another thing. You really kind of got to be scaling out. Only some of your position uh, should be waiting to hit the full price completion. But that's just when I do serious trading. That's what I do. Anyway, so what is this? Let's talk about this. So from this point, um, this part of the video is for those of you who own the BWT Precision Autotrader. Okay, so all right. I received an email yesterday from a trader who actually owns a license for the BWT Precision Autotrader. But he says after, I think he owns it for close to a year, I think he said 10 months, he still has trouble being profitable. He likes the box idea, the way I use the box. There are many ways to use the breakout box. That's how I use it. And so he said, well, can you help me with that? Like, how do I know when to draw this box with about a 10-point range to it? And so what you see here, so this total that you see is not from one trade. I tried something. It is from 7 trades targeting $120 per trade. So those of you who have the Autotrader, you know, if you reload the chart, then profit goes back down to zero, everything resets. So I did 7, so this is after I put $5 commissions and negative slippage. So every trade was targeting 120, and I did 7 trades. I was trying to see if it was possible, kind of like what I do with the trade alerts via Telegram, to let you guys know when to draw the box and where. So I need help from you. If you own the Autotrader, and if you are struggling, or maybe you're not struggling, but maybe you're looking for something else in your toolbox, let's say, would you be interested in a service that would provide you on Telegram in real time a place where and when to draw this 10-point box? There will be some simple rules. Again, one E-mini traded for every 3,000 available in drawdown. So if you have less than 3,000 available, you would adjust it using micros. So maybe you cannot start with one E-mini. Maybe you can start with 7 micros, for example, or less. It will be completely up to you. And so the way I foresee it, and that's something I got to speak with Randy about anyway, because I would need his help with that. I think we can work together on something like that. So basically, it will be a service where I would send you time and price to draw the box. And you will know that the box is about 10 points in width, and I will tell you to either enable both, or enable just shorts, or enable just longs. To those of you who are watching this and don't own the Autotrader, the way this would work is you see this BNT, so bottom and top. You double click and you draw the bottom and the top. And then the way this template works, and there are many ways to use the breakout box. The way I use it is, if a blue bar closes above the top, there is a long. If a red bar closes below the bottom, there is a short. And in approach that I recommend, it is pretty much scalping. You're looking for 20 ticks, or in this case a bit more, because it targets $120. So it's a bit more than 20 ticks. But the idea is, It's possible to do this more than once a day. I've done it today 7 times. Was every trade profitable? No, no. If you did not see me trade the breakout box, I'll leave in the description below. Go to a Blue Wave channel, and you're gonna see me taking trades with this kind of a breakout box. Very often, you first take a loss, and then eventually the market breaks out strong enough in one direction or another, and you make up the loss and still hit your target. Not every trade was profitable. No, that doesn't happen. As a matter of fact, with a breakout box, if you're looking for high winning rate, this will not give you a high winning rate. But it is very consistent. Uh, so again, I need your help. If there was a service like that, where you have the Precision Auto Trader, you are sitting in front of the screen with your chart ready to go. You get a message via Telegram, for example, um, uh, draw the box, top edge, let's say 361, bottom edge, let's say 354, and enable both. And you do that. You will not have a lot of time, so it's not something you can say, well, I'll get to it in a couple of hours. The trade will be gone. That's something you need to be in front of your computer, ready to go. You draw the box. So in this case, if I make this a bit, maybe I should make this bigger. Okay. So in this case, after I enabled the auto trader, so I enabled it somewhere here, bar closes above the top edge, which triggers a long trade. One contract, it looks for $120. Then there is some negative slippage, and you see the top. The actual profit is 105. Negative slippage, especially in fast-moving markets, will happen. Sometimes you get positive slippage. That's nice, but in this case, it was negative slippage. And out of the 7 trades, I think most of my trades had negative slippage. Now, will I be able to send you 7 signals a day? No, no, no. Right now, I have I have more time as I'm just relaxing, not doing any serious trading. When I start serious trading again after the New Year's, in reality, I might be able to send 2, maybe 3 box signals a day. I'm thinking let's start with 2. So if you received 2 signals, the first one will definitely be within the first half hour of New York Open. Maybe even both will be during the first half hour. Again, every day is different, and it all depends on what the market is doing. So yeah, let me know if there is any interest. Again, if you don't own a license for the BWT Autotrader, get in touch with Randy from Blue Wave. They have all kinds of deals now. And as I said, I'm on vacation, but I will still try to send trading alerts tonight for oil and NASDAQ. Thank you guys. Enjoy.